Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing this look here. This is pretty much what I do every time before I go out. You guys asked for quick going out glam looks and this is it. This is really what I do every time unless I want to do something fancy. Super easy. You just have to have the right tools and you can do it. So if you want to see how I got this look, just keep watching. Alright, let's just start this shindig. First, we are going to be priming with a Prime and Fine spray all over the face. Let that sit and dry. Next, we are going to be using MAC Strobe Cream. And also gives you a nice natural glow underneath your makeup. So we're just gonna dot on the face. Okay, we're just gonna let that sit and soak in. And we are going to be priming our eyes with the Makeup Revolution concealer. Using a damp beauty blender, just pack that on the lid, spread it around. Then we're just going to set the eye with, I'm going to be using just a powder. Doesn't really matter what kind, just so that it's set before you go in with your eyeshadow. Okay, we are going to be starting with the eyes just in case we have any fallout, then we can fix it with foundation. I'm going to be using the Morphe 3502 palette. We're going to start with a nice transition shade to blend out everything, and I'm going to be using my Morphe 511 blending brush. We're going to be taking this shade right here, just blending back and forth in a windshield wiper motion and then kind of circle motions to make sure it's really blended. This look is super easy. I do it pretty much every time I go out because I do love warm tones, so it's quick and easy. I can get ready in like an hour. Once that's nice and blended, we're going to be going in with a darker shade, just like one step darker, and we're going to be using the Morphe M441 brush, just like a shade darker, and then just kind of put it below that color, and same blending motion, so it's blending into the other color. Brush, just finding a shade deeper than that and going below that, kind of taking it onto the lid a little bit just so that you get below that other color. I'm going to continue taking that darkest shade until I get what I want, and at this point I'm kind of packing it on a little bit. What's nice about this is you can kind of just keep going back and forth with all your shades and get it how dark you want, or you can go as light as you want. It's super easy. So I'll just continue taking the shades before that and blending everything together. I literally blend forever. I'm gonna go with a shade darker, and sometimes I'll go in with like glitter on the lid depending how I feel, but lately I've not been into the glitter, so we're just going to be using all matte shades. So basically you can create this eye look with like 3 to 4 colors and 2 brushes. That's all I've been using, the same brushes, going back and forth between the two to make sure it's blended, and you can also use it to kind of pack a little bit more color on. Once you get it how you like it, I'm going to be taking black eyeliner just to line my lash line. I don't necessarily do wings anymore these days. I'm just going to be using this, what is this, Inglot? Yeah, Inglot black eyeliner, and then the Morphe Pro angled liner brush.
Yeah. It's only my third day out here. I don't know. Yo,
line the lash line so that when we apply lashes, it blends well. Just a light line over the lashes. I'm sure people have had it happen before where there's like a gap in between their lashes and their eyeshadow and you can like see it through. This will help that so that it's all nice and black. And first we are going to curl our lashes. And then we are going to be using Makeup Shayla Big Shot Mascara. What next? I guess we can do brows next since we're zoomed in. Anastasia Brow Wiz, like I always use, like I did in my first tutorial. To start with the bottom of the brow to get our initial shape. And don't worry if you mess up, because you can take concealer after and literally clean up everything and it looks perfect. I just kind of go in with it, comb it out, go in with it, comb it out, and that's going to give it the more natural look. That was a really good brow. In case you do accidentally, you know, go too below or too above, you can take a flat, small concealer brush. I'm using the one by e.l.f. And take a little bit of your concealer. I just kind of like dab it in there, the tiniest amount. And then you just clean it up. Once you get that how you like it, we're just going to take the spoolie again and brush through everything once again. And this just picks up your natural hairs, and since it's a tinted color, it makes them darker. So if you have lighter brows, you need this. Alright, and then I'm going to be using the NARS Radiant Foundation. About 2 pumps on the back of my hand, and we're taking our damp beauty blender, picking up some of the product and blending it onto our face.
Purchase your tracks today.
And next we are going to be concealing with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. We are going to be setting the under eye with the Maybelline Fit Me. I like to let my concealer set for like a few minutes under the eyes. And then I'm going to go in with my damp beauty blender and just blend it out. I'm just going to dip my damp beauty blender into the powder pick up some, and then I'm not necessarily baking. Baking doesn't really do much for me. I'm just going to be kind of pushing the product into the skin. And I'm just going to continue picking up a little bit of product and set the rest of the face with it. Next, we are going to bronze, and we are also going to be using, again, the Too Faced Chocolate Bronzer. And I will be taking the same e.l.f. little blush brush. Picking up product, tapping off the excess. I gotta be quieter. He said I did that too loud. And blending onto the cheeks. We're going to be doing a light nose contour. A little trick to make your lips look more plump. Take a little bit of bronzer, just go underneath your lips. And then I like to go in with MAC Fix Plus, but before I do that, I'm just going to blend everything out with a big fluffy brush. Make sure everything is nice and blended. We are going to be taking MAC Fix Plus. You know this, we know this. Like I said before, this just helps set all the powders. As it's drying a little bit, we're going to take highlighter. So instead of wetting your highlighter brush, your face is kind of damp, and it'll give it that, you know, big highlight effect. So I'm going to be using Dose of Colors, the Katy and Desi collab Fuego Highlighter. And I like a lot of that, you know. Go down the nose. A little bit on the tip of the nose. And Cupid's bow. And then just to be extra, because I'm going to be using the Makeup Shayla and ColourPop highlighter. This is from her newest collab, and this is in the shade Boomin', and it is boomin'. This is the Morphe M310 fan brush. Just gonna pick up that highlight, dust it off a little bit. Ooh, this is so pretty. Like, what? That's crazy. I like to be glowing when I go out. You won't lose me because my highlight will be popping. You'll see my highlight from far away and you'll be like, oh yeah, there she is. She's good. Next, we are going to be using blush, and I'm going to be using the NARS Orgasm blush. Everybody needs this. And I'm just going to be using the Real Techniques blush brush. Make that little weird face. We are just going to be going in with the same colors that we used on our lids, just to kind of bring the whole eye look together. So I'm just taking an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush that looks like this, and picking up the first transition shade that we used and kind of mixing it with the second transition shade that we used, and just going right under the lash line. Going to be going in with the darker shades that we are using, and we're using the Morphe 432. It's like a flat shader brush. That deeper shade, and go right underneath the lash line. And if you have colored eyes, this look will literally make your eyes pop. And then I'm going to take the darkest shade I used, and just get the outer corner. Then I'm going to, if you feel like your contour or bronzing or whatever you did isn't, you know, as harsh or as, you know, perfect as you want it, you can always take your damp beauty blender, and I don't necessarily bake because that's too much for me, but I'll just Draw a quick line, and then just take this, let it sit for literally 10 seconds, brush it off. I am using the Ardell Demi Wispies. These are my favorite lashes. I love these too because I don't have to trim them. They fit my eye like perfectly. But always lay your lash like on your lash line just to make sure you don't need to trim them, because there's nothing more annoying than your lash being too big and poking your eye or hanging off. We are going to be using the Duo Lash Glue. Just going to line the lash with the glue. Let it dry for a little bit, blow on it. And the trick is, take your little compact mirror and you're going to look over top of it. Like, people are so used to looking straight into a mirror, so it's not like you can have your eyes closed and apply the lash, so it's not going to apply properly. So this way you're looking on top, so your eye is still open and you're able to just literally plop it on top. Take the mirror, tweezers, lash, look over top, plop it right on the lash line. I like to start in the middle and then the outer corner, put it where I want it, and then lastly, inner corner. It's that easy. So I'm just gonna sit here and push it. I also will use these kind of tweezers to kind of make sure it's exactly lined up with my lash line. Alright, and then while we have this, we are going to be highlighting our inner corner and our brow bone. It's the Balm Mary Luminizer. Just taking our little Sephora eyeshadow brush, plopping that right in the inner corner, and then right on the brow bone. So might as well just do some bottom mascara. Last but not least, let's do the lips. I'm going to be using the LA Girl lip liner in the shade Keep It Spicy. These are really good. I used this in my first tutorial. Very pigmented. They're amazing. I will be using Makeup Shayla ColourPop Collab Lippy in Quickie. This is a really good nude. It's different. It's not like a pinky nude. It's a nice, like, neutral nude. And then last, setting our face, the Urban Decay setting spray, the De-Slick one. And I'm just going to put it all over my face. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was easy, and like I said, this is what I do before I go out. It's super easy, and as long as you have the right tools, you can do it. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like this video. Comment if there's anything special you want to see. I did do an Instagram story to see what people wanted, and I got a lot of feedback, so I'm going to try to nail all of those, and this is one of them. So I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe.